I have an issue with some of the grounds given for that, almost sidelining or, making a case for who can talk about what affects every single Nigerian. I think that's important to mention. I understand military psychology, but what Justice Crack was doing was not to embarrass, well, he would embarrass, it was not to just call out. It was an advocacy move. He was saying something is wrong. It's active citizenship. So it's almost saying that you can actively be a citizen in Nigeria, but your powers of that are limited as long as it doesn't offend certain sensibilities. I get where they talk about military psychology, but to be fair to Justice Crack and the way that they handled this matter, which was the bone of contention yesterday, if you have an issue with somebody, you can go through the legal process, charge him to court, take him to court, and it's not the military's job to do that. It is a civil matter, so it should have been the police that should have handled it. The military held him for 5 days. He had no contact. Nobody knew where he was until his family and friends came out to complain about it. So is this the mode of operation of the military? Is this what Nigerians should expect? We talked about how there was a militarization in many areas, and we're not under a military regime. And so they should not, take this hard stance when it comes to a citizen of Nigeria. That was the main call. So let's not move away from the issue. The court will determine whether or not, Justice Crack is guilty or not based on the charges before him. And let me even look at the charges. And thank you, Shed. I went to look at section. Yes, I went to look at section 59 and 509 of the criminal code, Nigerian Criminal Code. And one of it says publication of false news with intent to cause fear and alarm to the public. That you published the fact that soldiers are suffering, that certain things are happening. Look at the state of our soldiers. How is that going to cause fear and alarm to the public? Because even the military's statement, or the civil military agent, the editorial was based on the fact that was based on the psyche of the military men themselves. But this particular law says to the public. How did that cause fear and alarm to the public? The only thing it raised was awareness and a call to responsibility by authorities to do the right thing. And I've said it again and again that a lot of times, and the military is guilty of this, when a negative reportage is put out, the first instinct, knee-jerk reaction, is either to deny, without even an investigation instituted, or to pick up the person that put out the news. That is not how to build credible institutions. What we are asking for is accountability. What we're asking for is it's actually in favor of the military men. Some of these military men who have suffered on end for so long are the ones that release this information for civilians to help them advocate their case. That was what Justice Crack was doing. I hope the court process, I want to see what the outcome of the court process would be, because having looked at Section 59, I cannot see what he did wrong based on that and what the charges are based on. Yeah, the court will decide. So like I said, that I want to see what the court will say. It's a matter in court, but let's see what we say. But what I just want to say, ending, is that the military or even institutions across Nigeria must not be intolerant to feedback. And this is the age of social media. You cannot only say that it's traditional media, TV shows and news that must take their stories. This is the age of social media, and you have to recognize it. We're not living in the Stone Ages. But what we're also asking is that let justice be done for Justice Crack. Let them handle him. Did they assault him? Was he tortured? Should they have done that? What did he do to warrant that? That is what the call is for. Let us not distract matters. It is the way and manner in which this case was handled, even if they felt aggrieved.